Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm joined once again by my business partner, John. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing?
I'm all right. So I brought you here today because I wanted to talk about a topic that I wanted to know if I was alone on. And and basically the topic is, why do I like weird watches? And let me well, before I get started, what are you wearing? Today I'm wearing my radio mirror.
Oh, you love that thing.
I do. I haven't been wearing it a lot lately. I need a new strap.
Because of the Hulk.
Yeah, I kind of love the Hulk. What are you wearing?
Actually, I just got this out of service. Thank you, Hans.
Yeah,
It's the Omega Mark II I've been talking about in my channel, Chatting with John P., where I talk about vintage stuff. But, dude, I just love this. It's basically a Mark 40, but in a tonneau case.
Yeah, but when you got it, that was beat to shit.
It kind of is still.
Well,
but it runs.
Because we didn't want to take off the crystal. And yeah, but that's a personal watch anyway.
It's not available.
And also, guys, if you didn't know, my partner John has a YouTube channel called John P. And today you released an awesome video. What is it?
You won't believe this, but there's a watch that will kill you under certain circumstances. You'll die, and it's a serious thing. I mean, the EPA, the FDA, the government, the United States government tells you you'll die from this.
All right, so if you guys want to go watch his video, a little clickbaity, but link in the description below, go subscribe to his channel. But yes, let me preface this argument. So the other day, I was talking to a good friend of ours. Should I pick it up?
Sure. We're on.
Delray Watch, Federico speaking. All right, so why do I like weird watches? How did this even become a thing? Well, the other day, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, Jesse Martin. He's actually a watch dealer, too. He owns HobokenWatch.com. He's the Speedy King. Go check him out if you guys are curious. Thanks for the topic, Jesse. But he says, Fed, what's up with, your website and, what you wear?
Delray Watch.
There's not that many, Rolexes, you all this weird, weird watches. And the truth is, most watch dealers, they just kind of deal in Rolex or AP or maybe a Speedmaster.
It's what sells easiest.
It is what sells. But I am just a recent watch dealer, right?
Yeah.
I've only been doing this a year and a half.
Pre-owned.
I'm a watch lover before anything. And yeah, I get that a Rolex sub sells like that. And I own 2 subs, But I get a lot of pleasure from, the weirder, quote-unquote, stuff. I think there's a lot of value in it, and I think it's much more interesting. So I figured today we'd talk about why I like, quote-unquote, the weird stuff, if you like the weird stuff as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you some examples of watches that aren't Rolex and aren't, Speedy Pros that bring a whole ton of value.
We're not going to talk about weird stuff like a Mickey Mouse or a Beavis and Butthead watch.
No, by weird, weird, he's Jaeger or Blancpain, things that watch geeks are
not blue chip.
Not blue chip. Yeah, because once again, from a dealer's perspective, it's Rolex, AP, or get the hell out. And that's not the way I do
Everything
things.
else is called off-brand.
Yeah, everything
when you're
else
in
is,
the know.
Everything else is off-brand. Beautiful off-brand Jaeger. I'm like, that's, what are you guys even talking about? But yeah, so let's talk about it. I mean, I know your collection, right? You have a Gerard Perregaux, you own a Jaeger. So, I mean, you must kind of agree with me, right?
No, absolutely. The thing is, I really believe in a good value. And the good value could be a watch that might increase in value over the coming years, or it could be a watch that you just get so much bang for your buck.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, some of these, the less popular brands might not increase in value necessarily in the future, even though that's not 100% true, but you do get a lot of bang for the buck right now.
Yeah.
And I figured we'd talk about a few watches.
Perfect.
A few of them, full disclosure, are on DelrayWatch.com, and a few are not. And one that comes to my mind immediately, right, is it's still a blue chip brand, but it's not a blue chip watch for the brand. It's the Omega Speedmaster Mark 40.
Ooh.
But the black dial.
The black one.
The black one. Because here's the thing. Everybody wants the colorful one. Ben Clymer hyped that watch to all hell.
Who's that?
From Hodinkee. But you know who Ben Clymer is. I mean, a watch that used to sell for $2,800 is now close to $4,000
overnight.
But guess what? Overnight. But guess what? There's the black dial version. Mm-hmm. The only thing that changes, is the dial. So it's same case, same value 7751.
Yep.
Just the dial is slightly a different color. But you get a triple date chronograph made by Omega, and yeah, we're selling it for $22.99. We're also selling the colorful one for a much bigger premium because that's what the market calls for. But John, $22.99 for an Omega triple calendar chronograph? I mean, can you tell me any other of these massive brands? Like, what $22.99? What else
Absolutely.
Can you get?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I agree because I'm wearing one. So I totally agree with you. I'm basically wearing one. It's not the same case, but it's the same watch.
It's a very similar. The movement's different. I mean, that's, I think...
It has all the same functionality, though.
Yeah, but that's based on a Lemania, I believe. And
I don't know the movement in this one. It's been in service for so long, I don't even remember. But it's basically the same thing, though.
Exactly. So, but if you think, like, what else? I've got $2,300 to spend.
$2,300. Think about this. We've got a Girard-Perregaux dress watch on our site. And Girard-Perregaux, I'm one of the biggest advocates of Girard-Perregaux because pre-owned, we're pre-owned dealers, right?
Yeah.
Their watches sell for nothing compared to their retail price.
Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies, literally pennies.
And you know what the crazy thing is? So it's a Girard-Perregaux. Yes, yeah. It's about $2,000. It's on DelReyWatch.com. It's got an in-house movement.
Yeah.
And that same base movement is used in $30,000 Harry Winston pieces. That base movement has been used in $20,000 Cartiers.
It's the same movement it is. It's the same movement that's in their current Laureato that they wanted to kill AP with, right?
Yeah, it's the same movement.
As a $15,000 watch.
But yet again, since we can buy these cheaply and the market is kind of soft on it, you can, as a watch lover, you can get some big bang for the buck.
The value's there. What else do you think? You got another one?
I have another one, and it's one that we don't have in stock, but it's one that I think is just crazy value.
Yep.
And it's the H. Moser Endeavor.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a 40 millimeter solid gold watch with a hot horology in-house movement. And guys, pre-owned with a little hunting, this is under 10 grand, under 11 grand. All day long.
And they're totally in-house, right? They make the mainsprings for other manufacturers.
They make the hairsprings.
Oh, the hairsprings, right.
Yeah, and the mainsprings. But guys, think of it this way. H. Moser, one of the highest end brands in the world, $11,000. A Patek Philippe Calatrava, which is 38 millimeters, so you get way less gold, which is not a huge deal, but still, less materials, is going to run you over $20K. Why? Because of the syllables Patek Philippe.
It's a branding thing.
And there's no way that's double the watch. Hell, I'd argue the Patek Philippe movement is massively outdated. I think the Moser is a better watch.
All of their movements are outdated.
Yeah, all the movements are. The Moser is a better watch. Well, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, if you were in the market, or what about a Breguet Classique? $9,000, $10,000. With a beautiful enamel dial. All of these are less than half the price of a Patek Philippe, and no one watching can say H. Moser or Breguet is a bad brand.
There's no reason to.
Exactly. There's no reason. So, I mean, that's another... I'm sure you have one more example,
Yeah, there's
right?
one more, and speaking of, comparisons of what a Patek would charge or something, think of the Jaeger, or the Jaeger LeCoultre, if you're not familiar with the brand, on our website, the triple calendar. Mm-hmm. By any other in-house manufacturer... This watch pre-owned would be $20,000-$30,000, no problem. If you had a similar watch
in a precious metal, I think
let's say Patek were to make this in steel.
Okay.
I mean, they don't. But let's just say you swapped it out. What would they charge for something like this?
Brand new, I'd say 25 plus.
No problem. And it's $4,000 for a total in-house triple calendar. One of the most prestigious manufacturers. Not it's not Patek, it's not Vacheron, but it's up there.
It's absolutely up there, and I would argue it's Patek used Jaeger movements. So did Vacheron.
The value's crazy. That's why we like weird stuff. That's why I like weird stuff.
Actually, correction. I'm not sure if Patek used Jaeger movements, but Vacheron definitely used Jaeger.
They probably should have because Jaeger is at least updating their movements.
It's true. Well, so to answer our friend Jesse's questions, like why do I like the weirder stuff? It's because I'm a watch geek, and I'm not. Massively wealthy. I'm working on being massively wealthy, but I can't I need bang for buck. If I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, I want it to go far. And I think if you're willing to get these really high-end brands, but that maybe are not as common as the layman brands, and guys, there's nothing wrong with Rolex and Patek Philippe, but please be aware, you are paying for those names. You just are.
You're paying for the logo.
You're paying for the logo and the marketing budget. So that's why I like the quote-unquote weird stuff. But I'd love to know, what do you guys think? Am I just crazy? Is resale value everything? But we just wanted to shed light on how you guys may also want to spend your hard-earned dollar, that not everything has to be so expensive to get a fantastic watch.
Well, at the same point, a lot of what we have at Del Rey Watch is because it's been requested. I mean, we're only stocking what people want.
Yeah,
they ask us for. Watch guys want this stuff.
Yeah, because we're not big enough to have thousands and thousands of watches
curated.
So we curate everything, and the truth is, anybody can sell a Submariner. I don't want to compete with the 10,000 other online watch dealers selling Submariners.
Nothing interesting about it.
I mean, it's a great watch, fantastic watch, but it's also just a bad business move, because why compete with 10,000 other people? I'd rather offer what I think is some really cool stuff. But as I said, guys, please let us know your opinions down below. We really value it, not only as YouTubers, but as guys trying to grow a small business. We'd love some input. Right, John?
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, please go check out delreywatch.com, link in the description below, and go sign up and subscribe to John's YouTube channel. He's actually making some pretty damn good content. It's pretty hilarious. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Thank you so much, and take care.